Hello YouTube, this is Hutton Harmon here with the week 5 update of the AC joint surgery, repair surgery. Um, so I've been recovering for 5 weeks now. Um, it's been pretty good. If you've been following along, I haven't had many complaints. Definitely reached a point, I'd say last week, in major, progression um, throughout this surgery recovery. And yep, everything's going pretty much as scheduled. I'm still not available to fully, exert as much strength in my arm, it's my left arm. So I'm still, struggling with that. And, it's kind of bugging me because I'm not able to lift weights, like do a full body workout. But instead, I've been trying to lift with this arm and my legs and other parts of the body that I can work without any pain. Um, in general, the pain is very minimal unless I try to get out of my range of motion. So I guess when I start the physical therapy, which is going to be next week, hopefully when I have that on a regular schedule, that will start to wither away, and with time, finalizing the recovery period, that pain will go away. And the pain is very minor. I mean, I guess if I had to live with the amount of pain that I'm experiencing when it does occur, it wouldn't prevent me from doing anything. It would just be more of like an annoyance. And, so that kind of, that's something I definitely hope goes away. But overall, I mean, I'm very grateful that I'm kind of progressing a little bit ahead of schedule as far as range of motion and stuff. Because a lot of the research that I did said that within the first 6 weeks, you can't really even come out of the sling. I've been out of the sling for about 2 weeks now and haven't really needed it at all. I was able to do some of my activity that I like to do, skating around a little bit, getting back on the board, just trying to stay active, being able to run. These were all great things that I was able to do that normally the doctors don't recommend. So it's pretty cool. And this is going to be, the second to the last update for a while, because once I begin the physical therapy, I mean, pretty much those first 6 weeks, my purpose of making these videos is for people that were going to consider getting this surgery, and just kind of giving an outlook of how that initial period is going to play out. And it's fortunate and it's unfortunate. It's fortunate for me because mine went pretty well, and it was a really good case scenario of what you can expect. So you can't really take my results and apply it globally to everybody, because everybody's going to be healing differently. So that's the unfortunate part, is that if you get the same surgery and you don't have the same ability as other people, even other people than me that you'll find on YouTube that have had the surgery, don't compare yourself to their progression period. I mean, you definitely want to consider it. I was watching other people and trying to see, at least what to expect. And that's how I'm gauging my progression, is that it's a little bit, better than some of the videos I've seen, and a couple videos it's a little bit worse, depending on, exactly how they progressed and what they're able to do. But for me, I mean, I'm happy because it's week 5. All the recovery protocols suggest that you would just start to get out of the sling by now, and just start to do this much of a range of motion with your arm, 90 degree. And then they suggested at the physical therapy, not the official physical therapy, but the physician assistant, he suggested that I start lifting my arm, using this arm to bear the weight and elevate my arm, which I was doing for a while. But then I was able to lift this arm on its own, and I kind of cheated and started my own physical therapy at home. But I'm able to do this again. I can get it pretty much 180 degrees. And I guess if you compare it to this one, I still got a little bit of ways to go, but it's basically 80% range of motion. back, and I haven't really even started the physical therapy, officially issued from an instructor yet. So, I mean, to me, that's pretty good. When I do this, I'm not really experiencing a lot of pain. It's just kind of tightness, and it just feels like I haven't been doing it in a while. So it feels a little, kind of weird. But like I'm sure, with time and when I keep practicing that range of motion for my body, like it's only going to get better and better with time. I mean, it's only been 5 weeks since I had this thing cut open and operated on. So to me, I mean, I'm very ecstatic that I'm able to at least do that, and I'm hoping that with like a little bit more time and definitely letting it heal and going through the physical therapy and all that, not re-injuring the site, I should be able to do my exercises the same that I was before, and that was my whole point of getting the surgery. So again, another new addition is that I've been taping it using KT tape. This is similar to that brace I was wearing. I still wear the brace, but I only really wear it when I'm doing like activities. I mean, I'm not supposed to be skating, but when I do skate, I'll definitely wear the brace. When I'm running on the treadmill, I'll wear the brace. Anything that's going to make me, like, put me in that position where it's like a high action activity where I may be bumping this around, I'll wear that brace. But for the most part, I've been just using this tape. I'll wear it for like 2 or 3 days at a time and then change it out. So if you're interested in doing the tape, I mean, I strongly suggest, whether you get the surgery or not, to look into KT tape, look how to do it. I'll give you a brief summary of how I did it. Is that I'm using this T pattern, and what you want to do is you want to try and hold the collarbone in place so it's not bumping around, it's not elevated, and then tape from the bottom up to pull that collarbone back in position, and then you tape from here from the bottom up to secure that down and add more pressure, downward force to keep that collarbone stable. And you will experience it feels kind of good when you actually do that. It almost feels like you're putting a band-aid on it, and it's just added protection. So I'm doing that right now because it's definitely helping me, kind of just go through the motions of like some of the activities I like to do without, having to worry about it bumping around too much. So definitely, whether you do the surgery or not, definitely, if you have this injury grade 3, I'll definitely look into KT tape and, how to do it correctly and how to apply it. There is a way to remove it too. So when you apply it, just be careful that you also know what to do to remove it, because if you try and rip it off, it's pretty painful. So what I did for that was I use a under taping. This is just like sports tape or medical tape that they use, for gauze or like sports. So I run an under layer of that first, and then I tape over top of that. So the KT tape is touching my skin, like on the edges, if you can see. But when I go to take it off, it's not going to be this like ripping of the skin. So at least I can help you, with that suggestion, because that's going to help, no matter if you get the surgery or not. So yeah, I mean, once again, like I'm here. Like before I had the surgery, I tried to like shoot a basketball, and I was like 3 or 4 weeks after the initial injury before I decided to go the surgical route. So I was like healing and I was feeling pretty good. I had like good range of motion to like here, which is, it's not nowhere near 180 degrees, but it's pretty close. So I was getting to that without pain, and I tried to shoot a basketball though, and it like felt like so weak, and I was unable to. I remember feeling so like upset when I tried to do that, because when I lifted the ball in this position and then tried to elevate it, like this arm just wasn't having that. I'm not sure why like it's so much different now than it was then. And I do believe that, the timing of like me having 4 weeks healed from that initial injury and then having an additional 6 weeks after, or 5 weeks rather, after this surgery healing, You put that together, that's 9 weeks altogether that my body is dealing with this. So I have healed it longer, but it definitely feels like I could shoot a basketball now. Like that doesn't feel any pain. I do get see, the thing with the pain is that I do get a little bit of activity in that area. I'm not sure what exactly causes it. Maybe I'm doing too much too soon. But if you compare my videos to other people that have had this injury, they will, kind of say the same thing, that when you get the surgery, about 6 to 8 weeks after, you still do feel, a little bit of activity there, but it's a very dull, it's a dull onset type of, I mean, I'll use the word pain, but it's very not really painful. It's just like you feel, that sensitivity in that area. But I mean, I can move my arm pretty good. That's pretty good for post-surgery. And I'm not even really thinking about it. I got pretty good range of motion already. So I'm hoping that just gets better with the physical therapy. We'll see. I'm not going to do the weekly updates. I mean, next week will be the final, because that will be 6 weeks. And that was my initial plan, was to just do this first phase of the recovery, a week to week thing, because I definitely want to just focus on finishing this whole process. And I know it's going to take a little bit longer. For me, I don't really expect to feel out of this recovery phase until I don't feel like I'll be fully recovered from this injury, at least 85% recovered completely from this injury. I don't think I'm gonna feel that until late November, to be honest with you. Okay, and it's almost the end. It's the second to last week of September now, so I got the full month of October, and then pretty much the full month of November. I think by then I'll be lifting some weights with it, because I have tested it, and it does get a little painful when I do try and bear weight with that arm. But I mean, you're not even supposed to be doing that right now, so I don't suggest that to anybody. But with that said, I know it's going to take a while, and then even after November, I mean, that's only 3 months, and I think it's going to take an additional 3 months to probably get fully out of this. Okay, so that would be 6 months healing, 6 to 8 months healing from this type of injury. If you get the surgery, I think is a good amount of time to expect to be fully done with it. So you need to be patient. Patience is going to be the key with this, dealing with this type of injury situation, because no matter if you get the surgery or not, I mean, it just takes time for your body to recover from that. I mean, it's this AC joint, your clavicle, the attachment here is what kind of allows you to get that overhead range of motion with your arm. So imagine you're tearing that off. It's I mean, you could still do it, but it's not going to be the proper mechanic. It's almost like a tie rod in a car. If you take the tie rod off of a car, I mean, it's not going to handle. You can still probably drive it, not safely, but it's going to remove all that handling stability that it's designed to have. So, I mean, that's just something that you want to consider. And just good luck, to anybody that's had this injury. I know I've said it in every video. You're going to hear it from everybody else that's making a video like this for this injury. Just good luck, and please, take care of yourself. Please be patient. Please do as much research as you can before making any decision with any injury, really. But a little light, though, is this injury isn't the worst, so it's not gonna end you, but it's tough. It's definitely mentally challenging, and you just want to make sure that you're kind of making it through every round. It's almost like you're in a fight with multiple rounds. You want to make it to the end of that fight. You want to make it through every round standing, and don't get knocked out early. So that's pretty much it. I wish I had some more updates, but it has been progressing these last weeks. Like these last 2 weeks, I'd say the week 4 and the week 5 were crazy. I wish I kept a better journal or diary of how much progression has been made in these last weeks, because I'm very grateful for that. So if you make it to if you can get out of those first 4 weeks, you can definitely expect seeing some light at the end of the tunnel. But you gotta remain patient, and that's what I'm gonna do. Can't wait to start my physical therapy next Monday, and we'll see. I mean, I will make an update. So next week will be the last week update, and yeah, I'll let you know how the physical therapy does, and if I notice any differences from that. But that's it. Just hope for the best, and I'll see everybody soon. Hopefully I'll get some skate clips up on there, because I have been skating a little bit. I've been dabbling a little bit with the skateboard. I know I shouldn't be, but it's one of those things that I love to do. And the injury hasn't really prevented me from doing, the level of skating that I'm doing right now. I mean, I'm hoping to improve it after the injury, but I also am smart enough that I'm not going to be trying stuff like that I shouldn't be doing. So hopefully I'll get some clips up there so you can see how that goes. And yeah, I'll see everybody soon. Thanks for watching. And one more week. Let's hope for the best. Let's hope for a lot of progress. All right, thank you. I'll see you.